Good day to the genuine ones only. I truly appreciate the time. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. You matter, you're worthy. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. They said that you was having an identity crisis. You couldn't recognize yourself. You was battling depression, anxiety, PTSD, sleepless nights. They labeled you, they judged you, all because you chose you to be your unique self in the most healthiest way, how God chose you. You ain't had malicious intentions to bring negative energy towards your neighbor. You knew how to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. They couldn't recognize that you was willing and able to choose you, to love you for who you truly are, with no malicious intentions, regardless of your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, your religion, your culture. You was different and true to you. You allowed you to be you. Someone tried to control the narrative of who you was that day. Because you decided to be you. You didn't want to be nobody else but you. Genuine and true. Self-conflicted. Nah, that's what they wanted you to do. They wanted you to battle yourself. They want you to be mentally unstable. They wanted you to be lost within loss, not understanding to recognize yourself. But you was able and willing to look in the mirror to say, wow, I recognize who I am, and I truly love me. I didn't have an identity crisis. I recognize my faith, that I am worthy. I'm worthy of coming out that mindset of being a victim. Childhood trauma was indoor within you. It went into your adulthood. It was your reality. They would never understand your walk of life because you choose you. You wasn't trying to dim your light, let alone someone else's at the end of the day that didn't see your vision. You didn't have malicious intentions. You knew how to respect somebody. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Nah, you wasn't having an identity crisis. They labeled you dysfunctional. They labeled you crazy. They had so much to say about you at the end of the day when you wasn't projecting no negative energy. You knew how to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, with no malicious intention. They judged you that day. Oh, because of the fact that you loved you. You was truly at peace with yourself. And for the ones that truly loved you at the end of the day, they wasn't trying to dim your light with pain at the end of the day because you showed up for you in the most healthiest way. Because God placed all the right people in your life to be your biggest cheerleader. That energy is different when it comes to pain. That don't live in your book at the end of the day. They don't understand what it took for you to come out the comfort zone at the end of the day, to understand your confidence, to better yourself. People are going to judge you. But you was willing to love you. Regardless who was trying to dim your light, regardless during your journey, at the end of the day, you was willing to choose you. You went from a non-believer to a believer at the end of the day when it came to a prayer at the end of the day, when you least expected how God chose you, showed you that you are worthy, and don't give up on you because someone tried to dim your light to discourage you when it came to your identity. You allowed yourself to smile on the inside and to show it on the outside that you are truly worthy. You are worthy of choosing you. You are worthy of coming out that mindset at the end of the day. Allowing someone to allow you to feel like you need to be a victim when you ain't do nothing that day. You ain't have malicious intentions towards your neighbor. You knew how to respect somebody with no malicious intentions. Gaslighting, nah. You understood your faith at the end of the day to better yourself. At the end of the day, not to hurt nobody. Projecting negative energy into the universe, nah. That wasn't part of God's plan when it came to you. You understood to love yourself, to better yourself. You understood not to dim your light to become a victim. You understood at the end of the day, I am worthy. When they overlooked me, they judged a book by its cover. Loving yourself is not a crime. You may tie your shoe differently at the end of the day, but dimming your light, that wasn't part of God's time, and I say that respectfully. Never allow someone to project pain on you at the end of the day because you're willing to choose yourself, to better yourself, to recognize you are worthy. Never get discouraged at the end of the day because someone puts you in secret competition. They got to throw sport at you in a toxic way. They make you unfunctional, make you dysfunctional. Someone took your kindness so we to play you close to see if you truly love yourself. Are you even worthy? It was a thought process to me when you had your priorities straight at the end of the day and you wasn't trying to hurt nobody. The energy is different because this type of stuff happens every single day. You choose yourself to come out your comfort zone to be your authentic self. Someone thinking at the end of the day you're wearing a mask to gaslight innocent people. At the end of the day, you ain't gotta play victim because you truly love yourself. And you ain't got malicious intentions at the end of the day. When God was truly showing you the way. They now understand at the end of the day, how do you truly choose your faith? When obstacles was placed in front of you, that's supposed to make you dysfunctional. And only how time changed at the end of the day. God showed you the way. God showed you why that door was closed for all the right reasons. Certain folks were supposed to be part of your journey, and that was okay. And God was protecting you from the enemy when you least suspected. Because you was truly praying not to go against yourself, to hurt yourself with words when it came to being a victim. You was willing to love yourself to come out your comfort zone. You was willing to love yourself to show up for yourself in the most healthiest way. To believe in yourself at the end of the day. That you are worthy to overcome the obstacles that was placed in front of you that was supposed to make you dysfunctional when it came to pain. You mad and you're worthy, don't get discouraged today. Loving yourself is not a crime, so never allow someone to dim your light because you're willing to choose yourself to better yourself at the end of the day. Yeah, they don't understand how trauma and pain was endured with you from a child point of view. That was supposed to make you mentally dysfunctional. And it went into your adulthood, trauma on top of trauma. You allowed yourself to mentally heal to go within. They would never understand the walk of life at the end of the day. When you truly smile and love yourself the right way. They swear up and down you got hidden agendas, but everybody's not the same, and you say that respectfully. When it comes to someone else's pain. Loving yourself is not a crime, so never allow yourself to dim your light because someone tried to discourage you that day. They gave up on you. They judged a book by its cover. They had so much to say about you. All that negative energy you wasn't trying to deal with. When God was truly protecting you, showing you at the end of the day, don't get discouraged today because you're willing to choose you to love you correctly. You found peace within days when you couldn't see for yourself. But you wasn't projecting that negative energy on your neighbor at the end of the day because you loved yourself in the most healthiest way. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, wow. How they would never understand God's plan when it came to you. Loving you. My content is not for everybody. Loving yourself is not a crime. And having confidence within yourself is not a crime. So never allow someone to discourage you or let you feel like you got to question yourself when you ain't got malicious intentions projected into the universe at the end of the day to hurt nobody. You matter and you are worthy to love you. You choose you. Don't misuse you. You choose you. Don't abuse you. You choose you. Don't psych yourself out your thought process. And I say that respectfully, let alone your freedom. When you ain't trying to hurt nobody. Someone just a book boss cover at the end of the day. They had so much disrespectful things to say about you. And you didn't project that negative energy towards them that day. They try to antagonize your character to get you out of character at the end of the day, only for them to fall short when it came to common sense that was truly whack at the end of the day. Out here bothering innocent people when they truly minding their business. At the end of the day, not projecting their pain on you. Because we are all not the same. Loving yourself is not a crime. And because you love yourself, never allow someone to say to you at the end of the day that you're having an identity crisis. Because you love yourself. And regardless of what sex at the end of the day you choose to be with, you ain't got malicious intention to bring harm towards nobody. You know how to respect somebody because we are all not the same. And I say that respectfully. When it comes to these one-sided mind games at the end of the day, folks be trying to project on innocent people at the end of the day. It really be the thought process to me. Folks be like they got their priorities straight, but be worried about the wrong case. It really be the thought process when they get in tune with themselves, to self-reflect, to go within, to understand their true self-awareness, to love themselves at the end of the day, and stay in their lane. When someone ain't trying to hurt them with pain. It really be the thought process to me. Loving yourself is not a crime. Regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But healing trauma, wounds that was endured with you from a child point of view and it went into your adulthood, you matter and you're worthy when you're not out here making excuses to choose yourself, to better yourself. It'd be the thought process for me. And you ain't got malicious intentions, regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. It's the thought process for me. Naya, genuine love, respect. I am the original owner of all my content, and I say that respectfully. I treat preach time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day. Have a safe year. Protect your energy. Not everybody is meant to be part of your journey. They're not. Loving yourself is not a crime. Just because someone gave up on you, they overlooked you, they judged a book by its cover, they took your kindness or weakness, they had to throw a spell work at you in a toxic way. At the end of the day, they had to play you close not to see you woke. You matter and you are worthy, especially when you have malicious intentions. At the end of the day, you matter and you are worthy. You didn't know what love was. They took your kindness for weakness. They disrespected you. They didn't know how to show up for you. They had to throw a spell work at you, that guardian that said they had your back at the end of the day. Or you didn't have that guardian to show you those type of tools at the end of the day. Or you had folks in your life that was making you mentally unstable at the end of the day. You mad in your work that an unhealthy relationship didn't work out for all the right reasons at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. Regardless, at the end of the day, my sexual orientation, neighbor, I don't pray against my neighbor. I pray for my neighbor in the most healthiest way. I do not worship the devil. And I say that respectfully. And I do not energy harvest off innocent people's energy, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. And I do not steal anyone's destiny or identity. And I say that respectfully. The good God is not for sale and never was. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully, neighbor. Regardless of my sexual orientation, at the end of the day, neighbor, we may not pray the same, but I do not have malicious intentions towards my neighbor, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. Be mindful and wise when you judge a book by its cover, because your neighbor knows how to show up for themselves. Your neighbor has confidence within themselves, that your neighbor knows how to respect themselves, to respect you with no malicious intentions. And they ain't gotta play in that dirty kitchen or go to that practitioner, go to that spiritualist person at the end of the day, that tarot reader or that voodoo witchcraft or whatever the case may be. Any demonic spirits at the end of the day, and dibble and dabble with and project it on you. When your neighbor truly knew how to respect you. Not everybody is the same, and I say that respectfully. All money ain't good money, and the good God is definitely not for sale. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. It's not. I don't have to sit here and play my neighbor close to pay people at the end of the day to get information about somebody at the end of the day. That's not how God created me to be. Because if you're for me, you're for me. And if you're truly for me, you're going to respect me, and I'm going to respect you with no malicious intentions, because God will place all the right people into your life with no malicious intentions. And respect will be a two-way street. And I say that respectfully, regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age, you're mad and you're worthy. My content is not for everybody. And loving yourself is not a crime. And never allow someone to allow you to feel like you got to be self-conflicted when it comes to loving yourself, regardless if you decide at the end of the day to come out your comfort zone and be your authentic self. And you ain't got no malicious intention to hurt nobody. And you're not projecting that negative energy on anybody. You're not forcing anything on anybody. You're just being your authentic self. And you're in your lane, minding your business. And you know how to respect your neighbor, because who's truly for you is going to love you and respect you with no malicious intentions. It's a thought process for me. My content is not for everybody. And loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. You know, when God places certain individuals in your life, you got to be mindful and wise who's truly for you. Because what they will do is, folks will pray for you. And then you got folks praying against you. It's two different things. You got the ones who's praying against you to kick you down and discourage you. And you got the ones that's truly praying for you to uplift you in the most healthiest way, to elevate. It's a thought process to me. Not everybody's meant to be part of your journey. Not everybody's meant to sit at your table. Not everybody's meant to love you. Not everybody's meant to respect you. And that's okay, but it's called respect, neighbor. Stay in your lane. We all don't tie our shoe the same, but it's called respect, regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. And I say that respectfully. God works in mysterious ways. I don't have to manipulate God. I don't worship the devil, and I don't have malicious intentions towards my neighbor. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I'm definitely not doing this for $1. It's called respect, neighbor. What's for you will be for you and show up for you. And I say that respectfully. And I may not be for you, and that's okay. But save your negative energy for your mama. I said what I said. It's the thought process for me. Have a safe weekend. and protect your energy. Not everybody's meant to be part of your journey, and that is okay. But you can still respect your neighbor, regardless they green, purple, or yellow. And I say that respectfully. It really be the thought process in me when it comes to certain individuals, one-sided mindset. At the end of the day, they sit here and call themselves real. I'm real! I'm real! Only for the mask to fall off. And they fell short when it came to common sense. At the end of the day, everybody doesn't have common sense. And I say that respectfully, neighbor. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I know how to respect my neighbor. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. And I ain't got to play my neighbor close, let alone put them in competition, because it's not how the good God created me to be. Because when you're loving yourself, there's no competition. When you're truly at peace with yourself, there's no competition. Being a hate in disguise, it would never be. Because it's not how the good God created you to be. And I say that respectfully. You may not understand what I'm saying to you because you're a hate in disguise and you had to play somebody close and then you sit there and play victim because you pick and choose who you want to be a bully to at the end of the day. You hide your hands at the end of the day. Everybody thinks, okay, well, no, not that person. That person wouldn't do such a thing. But God saw what you was doing behind closed doors. And that's why God was protecting that child of God, that chosen one at the end of the day, the real chosen one. Not the one who ain't got a gas like anybody at the end of the day or play mind manipulation games. And I say that respectfully because we are all not chosen. And I say that respectfully. When you're a true chosen one at the end of the day, you don't go against your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You know how to respect your neighbor. And the evil dollar at the end of the day, that wasn't part of God's plan. And I say that respectfully. You say you're so real at the end of the day, but you can't mean what you say and say what you mean and stand on business at the end of the day. You got to destroy your neighbor. You got to kick them down. You got to discourage them. You got to play them close because you don't want them to elevate faster than you when it was never a race. And it was never part of it. It be the one-sided mindset for me when someone says they so real. The lack of awareness, the lack of self-respect, and you say you love yourself. You're at peace with yourself, but you're wearing a mask, trying to be somebody you're truly not at the end of the day. You're nothing but a hater. And there's nothing attractive about you at the end of the day. That you got to sit there and play somebody close. But the good God saw what you was doing. How you gang stalk somebody. Bring harm towards somebody. You manipulated somebody. You had to go through he say, she say. It took a whole group to go against one person. And you say you got your priorities straight. But God saw what you was doing. God saw what you was doing. It's a thought process, me, when it comes to certain folks saying they so real. And just because you got a little couple of dollars in your pocket, that don't mean nothing. The same way you got a couple of dollars in your pocket could be taken away from you. You could be rich today. You could have so much money today. Tomorrow doesn't matter. You can have a roof over your head today and tomorrow, and everything will be wiped away. The same way God provides, God will take it away. The way the enemy provides, the enemy will take it away. And I say that respectfully. That may go over a lot of folks' heads at the end of the day that got to play their neighbor close, that have to have malicious intentions. Oh, well, someone just moved into a new neighborhood. That's play them close. That's rob them. That's like about their thought process. They think they're better than somebody. That's run up on them at the end of the day. I see them, they by themselves. Ain't nobody going to know. Ain't nobody going to come check for them. But God saw everything. God works in mysterious ways. Your karma may not be dished out right then, and some people do. Ooh. Oh! God darn! Your karma may not be dished out right there and then, but your karma's coming. It sure enough is. And if you play with a child of God too close at the end of the day, especially if you went from a non-believer to a believer, it's too late for a sorry. And I say that respectfully because Judgment Day has been here if you have not been paying attention. It's the thought process for me. My content is not for everybody. Be mindful when judging a book by its cover because someone loves themselves. You don't understand how someone has confidence with themselves. You don't understand the obstacles that was placed in front of somebody that was supposed to challenge them to be mentally unstable from childhood wounds and it went into their adulthood. And you're not understanding how did they overcome those obstacles that was supposed to make them dysfunctional, or let alone how did they overcome the obstacles that you placed in front of them that was supposed to make them psych out their thought process because you act like you liked them. You act like you was by their side. You act like you was for them, and you took their kindness or weakness and and mistreated them, and you disrespected them, you humiliated them, you threw spell work at them in a toxic way, and you're trying to figure out how do they keep getting up every single day to choose themselves, to recognize their confidence. How? It's a thought process for me. Because God works in mysterious ways. It's a thought process for me. Be mindful and wise when judging a book by its cover, because someone chose themselves. Someone loves themselves. Someone understood at the end of the day what it took for the confidence that was endowed within them, that God was by their side and showing them the way when it came to recognizing their faith, that they are worthy to come out that mindset, not being a victim, not being put in the mindset of allowing someone to jeopardize their peace of mind, to jeopardize the fact that they was not allowing someone to dim their light when it came to recognizing their faith, and God was guiding them in the right direction, and God was showing them at the end of the day, I am protecting you, I'm not against you. That energy hits different. It's something that you couldn't relate to. It's understanding true self-awareness and self-reflecting and go within. At the end of the day, you listen to that spiritual person. You listen to this person, that healer, or whatever the case may be. That voodoo witchcraft person. At the end of the day, whoever it was about this one particular person that you went up against at the end of the day, and you're not understanding why does this person keep striving? Why does this person keep showing up? Why isn't the spell work not working? Why all of these whys? Because God works in mysterious ways. And God is not going to dim the light on his child. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. But be mind and wise when judging a book by its cover. And be mindful at the end of the day of shortchanging yourself when it comes to self-awareness. And I say that respectfully. And especially when you're sitting here saying that you're so real. But you out here bothering innocent people. How you gotta sit there and play somebody close at the end of the day to have a conversation with them, to dim the light of somebody else because of the fact that you don't have confidence within yourself. You don't want someone to elevate faster than you. You don't want someone to be bigger than you. You don't want someone to have more power than you when it was never about power. When someone knows how to respect themselves, they're not going to mistreat themselves. When someone truly knows how to respect themselves, they're not putting themselves in competition with their neighbor at the end of the day. Because God allowed everybody reality for their vision to be different. Just like God installed certain gifts within certain folks at the end of the day. And you know, just the same way God installed certain gifts within certain folks, you know the enemy installed gifts within certain folks too. You know that? Not only just God, but the enemy too. And I say that respectfully. So be mind and wise at the end of the day when you're playing in your own face, only to realize that, wow, I did that to myself. I judged somebody when they could have respected me, and I could have respected them. I judged somebody when they could have loved me properly. But I overlooked myself because I was a hate in disguise. I played somebody close because of the fact that I didn't have confidence the way this person showed up for themselves, and I wanted that. But you can't be nobody else but you. You can't be nobody else but you. And being a copycat, you going for a show when it comes to common sense, because at the end of the day, that's not who you are, real. And I say that respectfully. Folks quick to say I'm so real. But how you so real at the end of the day and you a hate in disguise? That ain't real, you're a bully. You're nothing but a bully. And it's so unhealthy. It really is. Because you're projecting that negative energy into the universe. And all you're doing is taking that negative energy and you're smacking yourself in the face with your own karma. And I say that respectfully. My content ain't for everybody, and that's all right. But I should preach time to the genuine ones only. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. Continue to elevate and love yourself correctly. Never dim your light, cause a sucker ain't got nothing really to say at the end of the day when it come to being real with reverse psychology, mind games. I said what I said. Always be yourself. I gotta go. Here's the thought process for me. Loving yourself is not a crime. And being your authentic self with no malicious intentions at the end of the day, and you ain't trying to hurt nobody, don't get discouraged today. And I say that respectfully. Project the pain, trauma, animosity, and drama at the end of the day. That wasn't your vision when it came to God's plan, when it came to recognizing your faith, to better yourself, to love yourself correctly. They would never understand your vision at the end of the day, but that's okay because you understood your priorities. Never dim your light, nah. That wasn't part of God's timing. The good God, you don't worship the devil. You ain't trying to hurt nobody. I said what I said. It's a thought process for me. I gotta go. Now you're genuine love, respect. Loving yourself is not a crime. Regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, you mad and you're worthy. A hating disguise will try to play you close, to disrespect you, to make you dim your own light when it comes to your confidence, because they can't self-reflect to go within. They got so much animosity towards you when it comes to their pain. At the end of the day, they not understanding how you showing up with no malicious intentions. They try to antagonize your character. They like, yo, why you not going back and forth with me for? I'm looking for a reaction out of you at the end of the day. Oh, you, me, are you stupid? I don't think so. I love myself, and I mean what I say. I love myself, not to dim my light. And get your case, this is the thought process for me. Jackass, are you serious? It really be the thought process to me. How everybody thinks someone's the same. We are all not the same. I say this respectfully. It's not that you think you're better than somebody at the end of the day when you love yourself correctly. You know how when they say that a person that ain't got nothing to lose at the end of the day, they would do the most weird stuff. But losing yourself at the end of the day, where you went from a non-believer to a believer, you ain't allowing somebody to dim your light. You ain't allowing somebody to humiliate you. You ain't allowing someone to allow you to feel like, yo, I gotta be in that mindset that I'm not worthy. I chose me days when I couldn't see for myself. I chose me days when folks gave up on me. I chose me when they took my kindness or weakness. I chose me when I didn't understand at the end of the day to become my best self version of myself. Or you understand the mindset and the confidence that it took for you to stand before yourself. An individual would never understand at the end of the day. You dealt with so much trauma as a child, and it went into your adulthood, trauma on top of trauma. You put a name in your book at the end of the day that made you uncomfortable. They would never understand at the end of the day. Losing yourself was what made you sick. Losing yourself is made you feel like you couldn't see. And for you to have to start all over, they would never understand at the end of the day that you chose you to better you. You chose you to love you. And you wasn't doing it for likes or views, let alone a comment at the end of the day, because it was your reality. It's your reality. And they quick to sit there and say, oh, you think you better than somebody. Excuse me? Why? Because I choose me? Because I love me? I've been sexually assaulted as a child. I done dealt with violence, discrimination, hate crime. From a child point of view. This type of stuff, behavior went into my adulthood. Imagine being that person that wasn't protected. Imagine being that person that was supposed to be protected and everybody was laughing at you. The folks that went against you was laughing at you, that was supposed to protect you and love you the right way. They would never understand the obstacles that was placed in front of you. You had abandonment issues. You had lack of love. You didn't know what love was. You didn't know what respect was, but you still knew how to respect your neighbor through all the trials and tribulations that was placed in front of you. And you didn't have to manipulate nobody. You didn't have to play nobody close. You didn't have to disrespect nobody because of what you experienced and what you endured. Because at the end of the day, you knew how it felt to go against, you knew how it felt for someone to go against you. And you didn't want someone else to be put in that same mindset. So you wasn't trying to misuse you, let alone project that negative energy into the universe when God was truly guiding you and protecting you. That's why they would never understand that, wow, I try to antagonize you. I disrespect you in the most unhealthiest way. Why you ain't flare up? Why you ain't go back and forth with me? Why you ain't disrespect me? What happened? You a punk. All these negative words they gotta say about you. Like, wait, what? I love me. I'm my biggest cheerleader. All I got is me. And who is truly for me at the end of the day ain't gonna go against me, let alone dim my light or discourage me or make me feel I'm not worthy of choosing me. The energy is different. When certain folks at the end of the day will never understand, regardless of how old you are, and I say that respectfully, when God has a plan, we ain't got malicious intentions at the end of the day. It really be the thought process to me. Folks be saying they grown at the end of the day. Just because you brought a child to this world don't make you grown at the end of the day. Still out here acting your shoe size. It be the thought process to me. Talking about you real at the end of the day. Ain't nothing real about you. Out here trying to catch a case. Bothering an innocent person. Then you want to play out. Then you be out here trying to play a victim. It really be the thought process to me. Bully, 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 bully. Stay in your lane, bully. It's a thought process to me. Never get discouraged or let alone let somebody dim your light. They say to you, oh, God ain't love. God don't love you. God would never show up for you. Excuse me? How dare you? Regardless of someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, their disability, or their age. In regards to their sexual orientation, I say that respectfully. Be mindful and wise when judging a book by its cover, because we are all not the same. And I say that respectfully. Projecting negative energy into the universe, nah. We understood it even exchange to respect our neighbor. With no malicious intentions, that energy is different. Sneak this an innocent person at the end of the day. Play victim, hide your hands, dang sucker. It be the thought process to me. Get in your lane, understand your vision at the end of the day. You said you got your priorities straight. You ain't worried about nobody at the end of the day, but you gotta play somebody close not to see them woke. It really be the thought process for me. Hidden agendas. All because you a hate in disguise. And you don't understand self-control. It really be the thought process to me, how you're wearing a mask, but you truly not tuned into yourself. Saying that you love yourself, to better yourself, but you're wearing a mask. Trying to discourage somebody because at the end of the day, they know they worth. Something that you can't get in tune with was knowing your self-growth. On your knees asking for forgiveness, and I say that respectfully. All because you judged the book by its cover. Dang, now you're paying attention. Because now you truly got to self-reflect. To mentally go within that you truly was mentally unstable. Wow. But you said you grown though, right? You know, bullying is real. It really be the thought process to me. Be mindful and wise when saying that God not showing up for that child of God. Or that chosen one. They ain't got to hurt nobody. Or manipulate nobody at the end of the day. They ain't projecting any trauma and pain on you at the end of the day. Because we are all not the same. You sat there, had all that animosity towards an innocent person to disrespect them. Talking about God don't love somebody. God would never show up for somebody. And then to say that, then to sit there and say that you was joking, ain't nothing funny. Ain't nobody was playing with you. How childish are you? You saying that you grown at the end of the day. It really be the thought process in me. Stereotyping. When nobody need to judge you that day. They knew how to respect you in a healthy way. Took their kindness for weakness. It really be the thought process for me. Neighbor, 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 check this out. Loving yourself ain't a crime, and I say that respectfully. Always move accordingly, but no malicious intentions. To the genuine ones only, I say this respectfully. My content is not for everybody. But loving yourself is not a crime. You had certain folks that came into your life that disrespected you. Yeah, it may have been a guardian at the end of the day. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that dysfunctional mindset at the end of the day. But you are worthy. They said that you wasn't going to be nobody. But God had a better plan for you. To show up for yourself, to love yourself correctly. How God works in mysterious ways. Dang, always be yourself with no malicious intentions when it comes to pain. And I say that respectfully. Yeah, that unhealthy relationship, it didn't work out for all the right reasons. But you was praying for yourself, not against yourself. To ask God to send the right one in your life to treat you right, not to dim your light. That energy is different when you understood your priorities, getting yourself together. When you knew how to respect somebody, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, loving them right, they couldn't get in tune with. But you found yourself to better yourself, to love yourself correctly. Never dim your light. Always be yourself. I gotta go. I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. Loving yourself is not a crime. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. But God had a better plan for you. It's a thought process for me. Loving yourself ain't a crime, and I say that respectfully. Always move accordingly. Hidden agendas, nah. You was first priority. You chose yourself to better yourself, not to become a victim. Loving yourself correctly. Understand the wounds that was installed with you, that made you a victim. It's the thought process for me. Mentally stable, dysfunctional mind games, that's what they was projecting on you. Allowing yourself to go within, heal those wounds. It wasn't a walk in the park, let alone overnight process. They would never understand at the end of the day how God was truly protecting you, and you wasn't the issue. I said what I said. It's a thought process for me. My content is not for everybody. And I say this respectfully, neighbor. I'm not doing this for $1. God allowed me to see my light when it comes to my faith and to respect my neighbor and let him know that at the end of the day, you're not alone. You're not. You're not alone. And I say that respectfully. To the genuine ones only. You're not alone. You're not. And I ain't got malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. I'm not here for evil dollar at the end of the day, because all money ain't good money. You know what happens? When God sends the right people in your life with no malicious intentions, respect is a two-way street. I respect you, you respect me. We all on the same page. Hey, let me stop. I gotta go. I'm doing too much. Oh, it's a thought process for me. I'm letting your dreams become your reality. Be yourself, be yourself. That's what they try to dim. But they couldn't get in touch, because God was truly protecting you. When your Heavenly Mother shows up at the end of the day, shows you what you are worthy. Went from a non-believer to a believer at the end of the day. They try to seek revenge because you chose yourself to better yourself. When you have malicious intentions, let alone to understand their plan. It really be the thought process for me. Choosing yourself to better yourself. They watch you within watching you. Thinking you don't get discouraged when it comes to your confidence. Did you give up yet? Nah, I understood my direction. God was showing me the way to love me. My content is not for everybody. Loving yourself is not a crime. And always be yourself. You know, they would never understand you dealing with sickness, you dealing with abandonment issues, lack of love, the disrespect, being homeless, you dealing with discrimination, hate crime. You put a name in your book of whatever you're dealing with. They not understanding how you choose you. They're so mentally conflicted that everything that was placed in front of you, it was supposed to make you mentally unstable. When it came to gang stalking, when it came to spell work, they really don't understand how you keep showing up for yourself. How? How do you get out of the bed to choose you? God allows you to see the day. And God allows you to be. God allows you to believe yourself. You went from a non-believer to a believer. And you wasn't trying to dim nobody's light. When you wanted everybody around you to elevate, but they would never understand your vision at the end of the day. That's why when God closed certain doors in your life, you got to show up and treat yourself right, not to dim your light, but to understand at the end of the day, everybody ain't meant to sit at your table. So you got to respect at the end of the day. It wasn't about pain. It wasn't about you think you're better than yourself at the end of the day. Whoever got something to say, he just chose you to love you correctly and never dim your light. When they tried to discourage you that day, they said that you wasn't going to be nobody. You would never find somebody to truly love you the right way. They had to do spell work for you to stop. They had to throw spell work at you to stop you from seeing your reality, recognizing your faith at the end of the day, only to realize they couldn't stop nothing with their mind games. It really be the thought process for me. Choosing yourself to better yourself, self-reflect. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. Sit down and go somewhere. Wait, what? I didn't do anything to you. It's a thought process for me. When you was never in competition with your neighbor. You just knew how to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You knew how to respect your neighbor. I want to make this very clear to the genuine ones only. I do not energy harvest off innocent people's energy. I do not steal anyone's destiny or identity. And I do not worship the devil. And I say that respectfully. And I do not pray against my neighbor. I pray for my neighbor in the most healthiest way. Because at the end of the day, if you're the genuine ones only, we all need to elevate. We all need to become our best self vision of ourselves. If you're truly a genuine one and you ain't got malicious intentions. And trust me, God sees you. Trust me, checkmate. Stay your lane, neighbor, if you got malicious intentions. It's a thought process for me. My content ain't for everybody. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. It truly isn't. Never allow someone to allow you to feel like you gotta dim your light because you believed in hope within. It was days when you was fighting battles that you didn't understand and recognize that, wow, it made you cry. It made you uncomfortable. And you felt like you was alone. And you was truly a popular loner. Like you couldn't pick up the phone and reach out to nobody. You couldn't pick up the phone and have folks by your side and be genuine. Because all those folks that you done helped and had by your side or whatever the case may be, they done mistreated you. They took your kindness or weakness. They disrespected you in the most unhealthiest way. But you knew how to be somebody's biggest cheerleader. So only for you to self-reflect and realize that, wow, you was your biggest cheerleader this whole entire time. When you ain't doing nothing for likes and views and comments at the end of the day. When you're truly a popular loner. And you ain't got malicious intentions. And you really truly mean what you say what you mean, and stand on business at the end of the day. That you truly love yourself. It wasn't an overnight process to truly love yourself. Because you were so self-inflicted with trauma and pain. At the end of the day, you probably still dealing with pain. And you just want to heal to become your best self vision of yourself. To come out that mindset of being a victim, or come out that mindset of just becoming your best self vision of yourself. Regardless to who gave up on you, overlooked you, just a book by its cover took your kindness to weakness, let alone through spoke at you in a toxic way to make you dysfunctional. They would never understand the obstacles that were placed in front of you. It was supposed to destroy you. It was. Being homeless, that domestic violence situation, discrimination, hate crime, lack of love, the disrespect, someone taking your kindness or weakness, it was supposed to make you your own worst enemy. But God had a better plan for you. And you mad and you're worthy, don't get discouraged because someone mistreated you. If they mistreated you the first time, just know at the end of the day, continue to show up for you and never allow someone to play in your face the second time around when God showed you. I said what I said, jackass. Leave innocent people alone. You need a whole straight body jacket. I said what I said. Doctor, what's the prescription? Leave innocent people alone. It really be the thought process when it comes to your opinion, neighbor. Because you decide to play somebody close, judging a book by its cover, not to see them woke, only to realize you truly got a self-reflect to go within. As you played in your own face. It really be a thought process to me. When someone didn't have malicious intentions. This type of stuff happens every single day. I truly appreciate the times of the genuine ones only. I do. And y'all don't understand. Like, I truly appreciate y'all so much. And to the ones that reach out to me, I truly respect y'all. Like, I really do. And to the ones that reach out within reaching out at the end of the day, you're not, I'm telling you right now, you think you're not being noticed? I notice you. To the real ones, not the ones in the back that got so much to say. I said what I said. Oh, and even to the apologies too. I see you. You know, sometimes in life, when you don't understand something and you correct yourself, you start doing your own self-reflecting, you're forgiven. Because why? You took accountability for your actions. And certain folks don't take accountability for their actions. And certain folks, when they say they take accountability for their actions, they don't mean what they say, and they don't say what they mean. But when you come out that mindset and understand at the end of the day, I need to stop acting like my shoe size. I need to get myself together. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. You're not being unnoticed. I see you. But at the end of the day, if you're for me, you're gonna respect me. Just like I respect you. Because I don't disrespect people just for no reason at the end of the day. You come for me, God, gonna shake your ass up. I said I respect me, I gotta go. Now you're in your love respect. Always be yourself. You know, certain individuals would never like you because of the fact that you're your authentic self. You ain't gotta try hard. It's the thought process to me, and they truly love you for who you are. Because you're your authentic self. And loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. I attribute time to the genuine ones only. I was gonna do a video after this, but I need a nap. And I'll be going live later on. Not telling you what time, but I'll definitely be going live later. But I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Protect your energy. And I say that respectfully. Be mindful and wise who you allow to enter your sanctuary, your peace. And especially when you're saying you're trying to get you together. And be mindful when, even if you have to deal with certain folks at the end of the day, just be mindful and wise when you entertain certain folks. And respect is a two-way street. So don't allow someone to mistreat you or disrespect you. And it's okay to walk away, because everybody's not for you. And I say that respectfully. I am the original owner of all my content, and I say that respectfully. Far from a copycat. I said what I said. It's the thought process me when it comes to your one-sided ass opinion. Being yourself, loving yourself correctly. They would never understand how you choose yourself to better yourself. At the end of the day, overcome the opal. Here I go again. I gotta go. I need to stop. I need a nap. I gotta go. Naya, genuine love, respect. It's always a new beginning when choosing yourself. And especially when you're willing and able to choose growth and you ain't got malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. And be mindful and wise when someone tries to play you close and ain't got good intentions. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I say this respectfully. If you're dealing with a new situation when it comes to a relationship, be mindful and wise when you say you don't want to repeat something again. I don't know who needs to hear that, but you matter. Don't dim your light to go back in circles again or making yourself dysfunctional when you said at the end of the day, you're not trying to be reminded of trauma and pain. You matter. And domestic violence is so unhealthy. That is not love. I don't know who needs to hear this. I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. And what I do on this platform at the end of the day is a little bit of everything. And I say that respectfully. Can't nobody tell you nothing about me better than me. And I say that respectfully. You matter and you are worthy. Don't get discouraged because at the end of the day, someone tried to dim your light because they said that you wasn't worthy and you wasn't nobody. You are somebody. You God's baby. and you ain't got malicious intentions. Continue to protect your energy. Have a safe weekend. Have a safe day. Have a safe remaining year. Protect your energy. Loving yourself is not a crime. And to you demonic spirits that's watch me right now, at the end of the day, any negative energy, return back to sender, and I say that respectfully. And I truly hope that you find peace within. But any evil eye or whatever the case may be that you're trying to do, get your priorities straight. Find you and love you correctly. Because at the end of the day, being a hate in disguise, it ain't looking good on you at all, jackass. It ain't working. The spelling ain't spelling, jackass. Return back to sender. It's a thought process for me. Now you genuine love, respect. I swear praise times to the genuine ones only. And I mean the genuine ones only. And you know who you are. Protect your energy. Loving yourself is not a crime. And healing trauma and pain is not a race, let alone it would never be an overnight process. Naya, genuine love, respect. Have a good day. Protect your energy. Have a safe morning. Have a safe afternoon. Have a safe night. Or if you're going to bed now, have a night-night. Good night. I gotta go. I need a nap. It's the thought process of me. Peace and respect, say respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Peace and respect, say respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. It's the thought process for me. At the end of the day, they will play you close not to see you walk. And then at the end of the day, they will play this. They will sit there and play these stereotype of mind games. At the end of the day, that way, hold on. You love you, so I want to dim your light. Wait, I gotta go. Being a copycat at the end of the day, you're going to fall short when it comes to common sense of being real, because who you truly not. And I truly hope that you find your identity, being yourself with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. Hope you find peace one day and truly heal, neighbor. Believe innocent people alone. Naya, genuine love, respect. Have a good day. Okay.